Hello everyone, welcome back to a new video. My name is Raulix Evergreen, and I'm here to react to After the Fact Studying Starlight by MLP-Silver-Quill. This is a video I was expecting because if you don't know, this is Starlight Day. This is the official Starlight Day proposed by Equestria Daily, and I can't believe the amount of art and the amount of awesomeness that has been popping out over the last few hours. It has been craziness all over the internet about this day, about this character, and most of you already know that Starlight is my favorite character of all the show. I have many reasons for this, and I will explain it in a separate video. But yeah, I love her character, and now that we have Silver-Quill having like a review of her character and studying her in the basis, I'm very excited to see what is his point of view about Starlight and what he says. So if you want to see this video without my voice, you will find it in the description below. There you will have the link. Also, you will have the link to Silver-Quill's channel, because if you don't know him, I don't know where you have been. Well, besides that, let's start this video in 3, 2, 1, go.
Okie dokie. For your first ever character celebration day,
Okay.
Twilight Sparkle has laid out quite the itinerary. At 11,
I love
you'll
that
be
vector.
accepting an award for the most non-magical reformation, which Twilight has
Okay.
already docked points for grammar. At noon, you'll be giving a
Wow.
talk at your release school about how to overcome childhood disappointments and not become a
Oh my
sociopathic
God.
despot. At 1:30, you'll be giving a lecture on the dangers of haphazardly combining spells. Shining Armor wants you to give a talk at 2 to the Royal Guard about the necessity to sometimes sacrifice allies to achieve victory. But first and foremost, Twilight has scheduled some time so that I can give you a pep talk to overcome your inevitable emotional breakdown.
What?
That's in a few minutes, so you best run now.
Dude, that is crazy. Oh my god. Why?
Of course, I should warn you that fleeing is futile.
Oh wow.
Trying to use magic to accomplish something logical, while I operate under cartoon logic.
Of course. Of course he operates in cartoon logic. Where is she? Is she in a cloud?
Cartoon logic.
Oh. Oh wow. Okay, I thought she was in a cloud. I was going to say, but she's not a Pegasus. The moon.
Captain's log, stardate 12345. We've
Seriously?
employed cartoon logic to break the bounds of space and time.
Of course. Of course. Also, he's using a Star Trek disguise.
Cartoon logic.
Explosion?
Oh,
I thought it
landed
was
on
going.
the keys.
I thought it was
did you know
going
that
to be an
re-entry becomes
explosion.
less painful after the 57th time? True story. Come on, I wouldn't have been asked to be an escort if Twilight didn't think this was necessary. You've been
Okay.
through a lot in a short time, and it's natural that that's drawn some stark contrasts. I'm not sure if any other
Yeah,
character
that
in
is
the show
true.
has divided the fan base more than Starlight. Some can't stand her, and others adore her addition, with plenty of gradation.
Including me.
Now I view her as a very
I
real
adore
fact
her.
of life. Groups change. Though we've not said goodbye to any member of the main cast, Starlight has been a prominent addition. I
Yeah.
don't view her as the 7th member, but she's a strong recurring character. So let's take a look at Starlight's traits in the show and see what she's added and what could be done to make her a more natural fit.
Well, I kind of see her like the 7th element, like the 7th main character of the show, because she has been like interacting with the main 6 during all season 6.
First off, let's address
I
the
don't know.
criticism. Starlight is often presented as so powerful that even our lead characters seem to be rendered ineffective.
Yep,
She's got the
she's a
magical
very
power
powerful
standing
pony.
alongside alicorns, even able to fly without wings. That arguably puts her on a greater magical standing than Unicorn Twilight. This alone turns some away because introducing a character with so much power can feel like a shortcut towards attention. However, I find it interesting to note that Starlight is not the chosen one. I say that with some irony
Okay.
because the whole chosen one trope is worth discussing at a later date.
Well,
but at the very least, it's
it's
not based
kinda
on
obvious
ability
that
alone. For a
not
long
only
time,
Twilight
Starlight
is
only
an
viewed
expert
herself
in
as
magic, you
worthwhile
know.
because she had a high magical aptitude, and in doing so, she interpreted the world based on abilities. It's the topic where she's most confident and outgoing. If we only judge these characters by their abilities, such as Rainbow Dash's flight or Applejack's strength, Starlight would likely eclipse the entire main cast. Yet Starlight's
That's true.
vulnerability emphasizes that this world isn't so baseline utilitarian. That is, a character's abilities aren't their sole contribution. Starlight is Twilight's pupil not because Twilight is the greater magical wielder. Instead, Twilight is the more flexible personality, and perhaps the healthier worldview. Despite her hesitation in the series premiere, Twilight has never shied away from a foreign experience, while Starlight has tried to keep everything under control and safe.
Yeah, that is
It's
something
only when
true.
she saw how far that needs
Some
to
people
control
has
to ruin
been
herself and her
saying that
surroundings
Starlight is
that
like the new
accepted she
Twilight,
couldn't keep following
but
the
this
same
is not
path.
true.
That
She's
stands in stark
different.
contrast to most reformations we've witnessed, which often rely on a magical, mind-altering item that affects the change. I think
Yep.
only Discord and Starlight have come around by their own feelings and choices. Through Starlight's experience, I get a better appreciation of Twilight's
That shows that she
flexibility,
wants to
even though
be a
Twilight
better
herself is
pony.
aired as a teacher.
I shouldn't have tried to pick and choose your friends for you.
Oh, that
Given that
episode.
Twilight's been enjoying less day-to-day focus since becoming a princess,
It's
I'm
one of my
grateful for how
favorites.
Starlight can serve as a foil to show how far Twilight has come and demonstrate how a person's best self doesn't lie solely with their skill set. Yet Starlight is not a foil only to Twilight, but another character. For a time, I thought Starlight was
What
going to
other
be Sunset
character?
Shimmer 2.0.
Oh,
Many of us were thinking this based
Yeah.
on the setup.
A lot of
Rival
people
to
say
Twilight,
that.
who
I
shares
don't
the same
understand
naming
it.
conventions, is magically gifted, is forgiven for past mistakes, and seeks acceptance while atoning. Given that I had become
Well,
a fan
yeah,
of Sunset
but
Shimmer
they are
as a
not the
Rainbow
same
Rocks,
character.
I wasn't keen on a character who
there
felt
are
like a
many.
copy-paste.
There are a lot of
After all, trying to
different.
create a duplicate makes the individual
They have
less
nothing in
unique,
common.
and so it was easy to view this as undermining Sunset's own presentation. That opinion began to change, however, when Starlight began to play Spike.
We're not going anywhere until I get the whole story.
That
That's
is
not
fun.
too far attack
That
from when
was
she
so
messing with
fun.
her townfolk's heads.
And no thought to the pain you cause your friends. Such selfishness.
While Sunset seems to have abandoned her old negative traits and start over, Starlight struggled to not rely on her old methods.
And I guess my first instinct shouldn't be to magically command ponies to act the way I want them to.
Yep.
This also led to pole shift in reception. As an antagonist, Sunset Shimmer
That
wasn't all
episode
that
was very
impressive,
good. Was
self-defeating.
the episode that she met
Starlight was a
Trixie?
much more effective villain, ruthless and deceptive. After they repented,
Yeah,
the fan
I can also
opinions
say
seemed to
that
shift.
she was a very good
Sunset
villain.
won over many of her critics because we saw her struggle to gain acceptance and has been putting forth
Well,
her best
Sunset
self
was a
whenever possible.
terrible villain.
Starlight's reception has been much more mixed because she's not yet sure of what her best self really means. For a pony who once viewed life in terms of abilities rather than personalities, Starlight's greatest challenge is avoiding the magical quick fix. This means that when she stumbles, it's not just a silly or extreme moment. It tends to affect those around her in very personal ways. And so Starlight continues to try and figure out
Seems
what
logical.
she has to offer besides magical
She has
muscle.
been living
Yet through
with
these
Twilight,
processes, Starlight, I've come to
magic
view you as
power
your
all
own
her
character.
life.
You have your own unique strengths and flaws, and you're facing unique challenges,
That's
including
true.
leading a set of 3 would-be heroes. Twilight and Sunset have
Oh,
both
the
taken on the
season
role of
6
guides for their
finale.
respective friends, but I don't think they've ever had to handle this level of conflicting egos.
We have me, and what else
Oh,
could
yeah.
we possibly
Discord and
A
Trixie.
draconic quiz with magic and half a brain might help.
I don't think either of them could have led this troop while encouraging a timid changeling like Thorax. This was a role for Starlight, who represents
Yep.
a unique personality type. Starlight is an extroverted, knowing, thinking, judging individual, often known as the ENTJ, the commander personality. The commander makes up less than 3% of the population, but is known for gathering others behind common goals and driving them forward through efficiency, strategic planning, and sheer force of will.
Seems
The commander's
legit.
pleasure comes from achievement. The more that can be achieved, the greater the satisfaction. This makes them more driven, and their extroverted nature allows them to gather others and move towards a shared goal. That's why Starlight is able to lead an unrulier set of companions than her more introverted counterparts. Yet like every
Yeah, but at first
personality
she
type,
had
these strengths
a
can
challenge
differ. The drive to achieve can also
doing
seem
that,
like stubbornness or
but eventually
dominance.
she did it. So
Quiet!
We saw a little of that when Starlight accidentally brainwashed her friends, and her first
I remember
reaction was
when
to
that
use
was a
them
meme.
rather than find a cure. We've also seen how a commander can be intolerant,
A pony with a different cutie mark in our midst would destroy our entire philosophy.
impatient,
So, how long do we sit quietly?
and maybe even cold and ruthless.
Now it's my turn to take something special from you!
And that's the hardest challenge, understanding emotions. Commanders have a habit of distracting themselves from their own emotions and showing derision or contempt for others' feelings. It's not that they're incapable of feeling empathy, but their focus is so narrowed that it's simply not within their sight. It's probably the hardest challenge for a commander to face, and a concept with which someone as talented as Starlight struggles. Yet she's had some chances to tackle this issue head-on in 4 big episodes. That's not counting the Season 6 premiere and finale. In No Second Prances, she learned how to connect with another, but she also learned the pain of being used. Just look at that face when she thinks Trixie was only using her. Harsh. A Heartwarming Tale was the
That
biggest
was
success
harsh
for her
indeed.
utilitarian viewpoint. She didn't see the point of a holiday and needed to hear the story of another who found the value in personal
Well, I don't know if you can
connections.
put that as
Then
an
creating a
example.
perfect, efficient world is
Because
ultimately
she's
meaningless
representing
if
another
there isn't a
character.
connection with others. After all, if the goal of building a better world is not to make others happy, what is the point? In the times they are a changeling, she was the very first to visibly soften a Thorax's plight. and perhaps
Yeah,
saw a
I
lot
think
of
I was the
herself.
only one to
After
notice
all,
that.
If he could change, then there was hope for her. A little less hope in every little thing she does, because her weakness got the better of her. And rather than reflecting upon her mistake, she seemed more frustrated that the spell didn't work the way she intended. Many fans have voiced their frustration that she had to be told why she was wrong rather than realizing it herself. Yet that same episode allowed her to interact with the Remain 5 and step far outside her comfort zone,
Oh, that
learning
scene.
some flexibility and accepting she doesn't have to do everything perfectly. So while she fell hard, she also rebounded. As a
I
side
can
note,
see
I
that.
don't agree with folks that say that Starlight stole Season 6 away from our usual heroines. She had a prominent role, yes, but I look at episodes like Flutterbrudder, Spice Up Your Life, Where the Apple Lies,
I also
Top
can't
Bolt,
understand
and
that.
many others
She
that
only
think that our
appeared
lead
like
characters
6
still had
times
good
in
chances
all the
to
season.
shine. They might have had less quantity than previous seasons, but the quality is still there. Of course, I'm still hoping Starlight can have the chance to work with the Remain 5, because the biggest amount of screen time they've shared has involved either serving as an antagonist or brainwashing them.
Yep.
Which is pretty antagonistic. They've done fun things together, but often this is presented in the form of a montage. Sometimes a musical, sometimes not.
Imagine
And if there's one thing that can help
episodes
quell the
revolving in
criticism
Starlight
against
and
you,
other
Starlight,
character. Imagine
it's
if
not
she
saving
was
the day or proving yourself more capable than other
integrated in the
characters.
map.
It's allowing you to mix with the surrounding world. Starlight has made appearances in episodes that didn't necessarily star her, but they've been non-speaking roles that usually displayed her abilities more than her personality. And I'm a little sorry she wasn't part of the cookie zombie craze from 28 Pranks Later. We've seen Starlight under pressure as she must confront failure, but one thing we haven't yet seen is
Yeah,
how she can
that
learn
is something
flexibility
I
when working
noticed.
in a group.
She wasn't
She
there.
did work with others and let them make the hard sacrifice into where and back again. But what about a situation where she should lean on another for advice? Trixie was a good start, but there are 5 very capable mayors that could work with her on a problem and offer unique insight. I think the next phase for your development is to work with the cast rather than succeed them. Because you see, Starlight, I believe you're suffering from a case of 6th Ranger syndrome. That's right, we're
What?
going an extra number here. You know how it is when you have a colorful cast of characters that have all had a
6th
chance to at
Ranger
least establish
syndrome.
a role? No, not that group. I'm talking about another cast of characters. Yes,
Power
excellent.
Rangers, really?
So what happens when you want to add a new character to the lineup? The demand is often to generate a lot of interest very quickly and allow them to show off their best. This often means that either the newcomer is going to show off their best by trouncing the lead cast, or tackling threats that the leads could not handle. And yes, for a while the goal is to make that new character look awesome, often at the cost of the lead cast. However, after that period there comes the chance to calm things down. The newcomer doesn't have to be the standout. Now it's more important that the cast act as one and have a chance to show off their collective strength. In doing so, the new member feels like a genuine part of the group and their friendship, though they can still enjoy standout moments. That's where I think you are, Starlight. You've had moments where you bested
Seems
the leads and were a
logical.
legitimate
I can
threat.
see her in there.
You've had moments where you showed you were a worthwhile ally and champion. Now we need to see that you're a respectable partner who can shine with the cast as well as on her own. I think you'll be surprised at how eager folks are to see you show your best along with the main cast. Because at the end of the day, we're drawn to folks who
Yeah,
show their best both
I
as
would
they
love
are
an episode
and
like
alongside
that.
others. Of course, that requires you to actually be with others. So I think you've got at least one more teleport spell.
Oh, what is going to happen? Oh my god, yes!
Better get a move on. You've got friends waiting to celebrate your special day.
Yeah, go celebrate your day. You deserve it.
I'm Silver-Quill. Thanks for watching.
And thank you for doing this video. Oh, I have that art. I have that picture. It's really good. Okay, so that was a really interesting video, I must say. I will talk about this after the credits, but yeah, thank you Silver-Quill for doing this video. You did a lot of points that I think are perfectly made, and yeah, amazing. Okay, so that was an after the fact studying Starlight by Silver-Quill. Remember that the link will be in the description below. And that was a really interesting video. He did a lot of points about the character that I think I didn't notice before, that I think I didn't think about until today, and they are very good points. They say exactly what Starlight represents, like this new addition to the group that wants only to blend in, but it is incapable sometimes because of his or her nature of being powerful and being around magic all the time. That is something that we could see perfectly in the episode of Every Little Thing She Does. And I really would enjoy if they in season 7, for example, made like episodes of she interacting with another character of the main 6, of the main 5, because we have seen her interact with Twilight before, and that would make a really interesting episode. Just imagine an episode only with Starlight and Pinkie Pie. That will be insanely good. But yeah, I think it was a very good video. Also, the point that he made about she not being the same character as, how I can say, of Sunset Shimmer, I can agree with that. And I can tell personally that I think 100% that they are not the same character. As since the beginning of season 5 or of season 6, when she was redeemed, I saw that she was not the same character, and I always believed that she had potential, and she have shown that potential during all the season, and I think it will be the same during all season 7. That's why I like her character. She's like this very good character that only wants to do good, but sometimes she can't because of her past, and also because of her usualness of being around with powerful magic all the time, and she needs to understand that, and also to learn how to interact with other people. That is something I can relate to. But yeah, that was a very good video. My name is Raulix Evergreen, and I will see you in the next reaction. Goodbye.